Hi, everybody. Hope you're all well. Uh, it's been a while. Actually, it's been right about 2 months. I actually went back and I rewatched my last video just to kind of figure out where I was, in consciousness at that point. Uh, Basically, what happened is my computer went down. Uh, me being computer illiterate, I had no clue what was going on. So I worked and finally got it squared away. And also, I believe I told you guys about how I got a second opinion uh, with my ophthalmologist for my eye condition, and uh, and I'm real happy with this second opinion, this second ophthalmologist. Real happy. The guy that I initially went and saw, he took a look and he took a look inside of my eyes, and first thing he goes is, I'm not a glaucoma specialist. I'm an ophthalmologist, but not glaucoma specialist. But I got somebody I want you to go see. So he referred me to a colleague of his, and I'm super happy with this guy. He did an operation on this eye, which was the fourth operation. No, it was actually the fifth operation on this eye. And basically, what he did after he looked inside, uh, after he first took his initial look, within a week he was operating on my eye, and he goes, it was basically his corrective surgery. He cleaned up a bunch that the other guy, the previous ophthalmologist, screwed up. Uh, I'm using a lot less medication. Uh, my pressure is doing really well. Uh, and so like I said, he's happy, and so because of that, I'm happy. Then I had cataract surgery due on this eye, my one good eye, and that's all blurriness. Like right now, I can barely see me on the computer screen. But the cataract specialist, which is the first guy I went to, and I'm dealing with him now because he had scheduled surgery. And then, like, what they do is they take pictures of your eyes, both your eyes inside, scans. And, you know, me not knowing what they're doing, he was unhappy with the numbers that he was seeing because basically your eyeball has its natural lens inside the eyeball, suspended inside of a sac. Your natural lens that you look through, that the light goes through into the back of your eyeball, your retina, and then with your optic, and then that sends a signal to your optic through your optic nerve to your brain, and that translates into what you see. Your eyes are just cameras. They're not the actual things that see or formulate the picture. They just send the data to your brain, and your brain does the translation into images that you call reality. Okay. Uh, anyway, the lens, the natural lens is what is the cataract. It's kind of like shattered and splintered, and that's where the blurriness comes from. So what he's doing, he's taking the scans, and there's a certain range of numbers that he's looking for, because basically this is how he put it to me. You only have one eye left, so I really, really, really want to get this right. And so what he's shooting for is, in my one good eye, he's shooting for 20/20 vision without glasses for the rest of my life. Because what they'll do is they'll go in and they'll take out your natural lens, and they'll put a prosthetic lens inside that sac. It heals itself, seals itself back up, and then you heal from the surgery, the invasive surgery, but you see so much clearer because the lens has got certain types of magnifications and what yada yada yada. I'm getting into the weeds that I don't particularly quite understand, but anyway, uh, I've had three scans so far, and he after two scans he had scheduled surgery, and then at the last minute He took another look at the scans and he goes, no, not yet. So he canceled the surgery. I mean, within less than 12 hours of the surgery being due, he called me and they canceled the surgery. And then said, give it another 4 weeks of vigorously, and this is his word, this is the prescription, vigorously irrigate your eye with artificial tears because your eyes are extremely dry and that's throwing the numbers off. That's not giving him the numbers he wants. So he asked me to, for just a little over 3 weeks, to just vigorously irrigate my eye. And last week I went and saw him, and he took another scan, which is the third scan of my eyes, and he said the numbers are coming. They're moving in the right direction. So he's happy about that. But he also wants to give it another. I see him again on the 13th of this month, and we'll take a final scan. And then he said out of that, he'll have like a mosaic, and he'll be able to. He thinks he can comfortably determine the lens that he wants to put in my eye to give me that perfect vision, because I only have one eye left, and so we got to get it right. But I'm at the point, and I've already decided I'm gonna tell him when I see him on the 13th. The blurriness is getting so bad to where you know I live with some guys. I rent a room and I live with some guys, but they pretty much all work, so I basically live by myself. I cook my own food, and it's getting harder and harder to see, because I try to eat as healthy as possible. So I eat a lot of raw vegetables and I eat a salad every day. And it's getting harder and harder with the cutting board and the knife. And it's like, how long can I keep my fingertips without, slicing them off? I'm starting to get concerned because it's really getting harder and harder to see. So I'm at the point now. I'm gonna tell him when I see him on the 13th, do the best you can. Just shoot your best shot. Do the best you can. If I have to wear glasses to give me that 20/20, that's fine. I can live with wearing glasses for the rest of my life. But I really need this blurriness cleared up so that I can see what I'm doing for the rest of my life. Even if I have to wear glasses, at least I can see what I'm doing and I'm not endangering my fingertips or pretty much anything else. Because, like I said, it is. I'm the one in here, and I'm the one looking out, and I can see it getting worse and worse. Like I had a ophthalmologist tell me one day, you're not supposed to be able to feel you shouldn't feel the pressure building up in your eye. And I go, have you ever had glaucoma? And he goes, no. I go, well, then how do you know that I'm not supposed to feel the pressure? I can tell when I need some eye drops to lower the pressure, because I'm the one in here. I'm the one feeling it. I'm the one looking outside through my defective eyes. So, it's like, I appreciate your position, but you're not you're not qualified to tell me what I should or shouldn't be seeing. You should listen to me and let me tell you what I am seeing or not seeing, because I'm the one here doing the looking. So anyway, I don't have issues with these guys. I'm super happy with the two ophthalmologists that I'm working with now. Between all of that and my computer going down for about 3 weeks, uh, and then basically I just got direction from the big me, from me, big me. I got direction to just watch for a minute. Just sit back and just watch stuff. Because what I'm doing is I have this unique position, being as who I am and being as who I know I am. I have this unique position to be able to observe from multiple angles. Larry has had this thing when I was studying from under him, a zillion years ago. He has this thing called go to change. And basically, the way I describe go to change is like, see my fist, imagine my fist as a diamond, and each side is a different facet of that diamond. And so it's got multiple facets. And regardless of which facet that I'm looking at, it's different. As I can go to change, I can change. But I'm still looking at the same thing. I'm still looking at the same diamond. I'm just looking at it from different angles and different perspectives. So, what I'm doing now, what I have been doing for the last several weeks, is just observing. But I'm able to, because of who I am, and you guys all know, I don't think I'm all that, okay? But I know who I am and I know what I've been through. I know the training. I know yada yada yada. I know what's what without having to always qualify and edit. So I'm gonna try to just speak my truth. Uh, I have been over the last month or so just observing things, but I watch from multiple angles. I can observe all that's going on from the big story. Simultaneously, I can observe all that's going on from the small story because the big story incorporates and includes the small story. So, because of my expanded perspective, I can go to change and I can see that here, and then I can go like that and I can see the same thing from a different angle and go, huh. Or I can go, ooh, I'm looking at the same thing, but I'm seeing it from different angles and perspectives. You get it, okay? So that's what I've been doing. And because I'm anchored, my consciousness is anchored in the big story. I can go into, I can very discerningly observe the small story, observe through the small story lens because I have the discernment to look at that because I have the background and I have the basis of my reality is in the big story. So I can look at the small story and see what's going on and then fall back and look at the big story, including what I saw of in the small story. And now I have a broader, more expanded perspective of all that's going on. So that's basically what I've been doing. I think, without making promises, I think I'm gonna kind of like back in the saddle, uh, you know, not another 2 month break out, absence after this video. No, I think I'm gonna uh, be a little bit more current with my video output and consistent with my video output, but it will, as always, be done by the direction of spirit. Uh, so that's pretty much explanation slash excuses of where I've been, why I've been where I've been, and what I've been doing. Oh, you might have noticed that my beard is like pretty much all gray. Well, it always has been. I don't have a lot of gray in my hair. Actually, my younger brother asked me one day, a couple of 3 or 4 years ago, he asked me, "Do you dye your hair?" And I go, "No." He goes, "Where's all your gray?" And I go, "Here on my face." Because I look like Santa Claus. Like you see this. Well, this is because I stopped dyeing it. I was using that Control GX gray reducing beard wash because I used to have up until this past January for the last several years I've been wearing a full beard. You've seen it, yeah. Back in the videos from 2019, I had a full beard, but it was black because I was dyeing the whole thing. And it just got to the point where, because Big Self doesn't push on anything, but just very quietly suggesting, having me address my vanity, my personal vanity. Now, I like to keep my beard trimmed, my mustache trimmed, my hair cut, which I'm probably going to do again tomorrow or so, next couple days, because my philosophy has always been, from on the road all most of my adult life, I like my hair short because it's easy maintenance. Uh, my standard has always been if I can run a comb through my hair, it's too long. It's time to cut it. So yeah, I can run a comb through my hair. It's too long for the brush, so I comb my hair and then just kind of pat it into shape, make it nice and even and pretty and nice and neat. But it needs to be cut, so I'll probably be doing that shortly. But yeah, this is just me and Big Me, my part of my own personal evolution. We've worked on my vanity of because I don't have any wrinkles. I'm 67 years old and I have no wrinkles on my face. I don't look 67. So it's like I was having my ground crew was having issues with my gray in my beard. Well, it's just, it is what it is. So it's like finally we got to the place where uh, I said, you know what, I'm done with being, my vanity is not that big a deal. So I just quit using. I still have some of it. I wasn't even out yet. And I wasn't going to wait until I ran out of the dye, the hair color, whatever you want to call it, and then not buy anymore. It's just like, okay, I'm going to stop using this and just let the dye wear out and just let my natural gray come back in. And so that's why you see my natural gray. So anyway, that's that. Uh, I don't know if this is going to be a really long video. I have a whole bunch to talk about. That's why I think I'm gonna be around for a little bit for next while I'm gonna be doing videos because I've been doing a lot of observing and putting a lot of pieces together. And as always, I don't know everything, but I do know what I know, and I'm good with that. Uh, I wanted to share. I was just thinking about a little while ago today. I'm gonna do a video on how we have you hear about pet peeves and pet theories and pet this pet that, well, mine's not a peeve and it's not a theory, and at least as far as I'm concerned it's not a theory, but I have this pet little project in the back of my head, and it has to do with I might have mentioned this before, but I want to do a full video on this and tell the whole story because I think without going through all my past videos and seeing if I ever mentioned it, which that'd be way too much work. Uh, I think I'm just going to do a video and do some research and get me an outline so it's concise and you can follow along and I don't get lost in tangents. But I'm going to do a video on what my favorite thing is. The, it's almost like I'm so comfortable with me being who I am, me being the light worker, the multidimensional being that I know I am. As I've said before, I have been me on the higher dimensions. I think I mentioned just in the last video, yeah, because I just watched it before I started recording, so I got an idea where I'm at in consciousness or where I was 2 months ago. And I want to do this video on the giant ancient silicon trees. This thing just literally blows me away. You know how you hear the Christians say, well, when you die, you go to heaven and you get to know everything. Well, yeah, okay, I can buy that. When you ascend and you ascend to the higher dimensions, you ascend to the fifth dimension, and you uh, multitude of veils are removed. You get to know a lot of stuff. However you want to phrase it, I have this one big question that I really, really would like to have an answer. And this is just not just my mental body is stuck on this thing. It's all of me because I know what I know. And you know how I have seen the stumps of giant silicon trees. I have seen them with my own eyes. The stumps of giant silicon trees. And it just, I know what I know. You know the phrase how it says, uh, you can't unknow what you know? Well, you can't unsee what you've seen. Once you've seen something, once you know it, you can't unknow it. You can't unsee it. And I have seen giant, I've seen the stumps of giant silicon trees when I was out ripping around and up and down the highways, as you know, as masquerading as a long haul truck driver. And I knew what I was looking at. And I just look at them, and I can just look across the landscape, and I could just sit there. I see stumps, tree stumps, gigantic tree stumps, huge, monstrous tree stumps, and I know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at tree stumps. And it's like, excuse my French, but what the fuck? It's like, wow. And now that I don't drive anymore and I don't get out much, when I'm watching TV, and you especially see it, yeah, I can see it in movies, but you especially, at least me, I especially see it in commercials. And especially car commercials, because car commercials, they want to show the car driving down the road, okay? In not just in the city, or in and out of your driveway and shit like that. They show the car driving down the highway out on the open road. Well, because I know what I know and I know what I've seen, my brain now just immediately goes to the background of the picture. Remember what I was talking about, pictures of reality? How the background, until you change the background, you can change the foreground all you want, but until you change the background, that's the picture, the foundation of that picture that you see. Well, my eye, when I'm watching a car commercial, my eye immediately goes to the background. I'm not even paying attention to the car in the foreground driving down the highway, or the person narrating the commercial. I'm looking at the background, and I'm seeing tree stumps all in the background. And it's like, can't they see it? But you can't see it if you don't have the eyes to see. If the veil's not removed, you'll never see it. And guess what? They're literally hidden in plain sight. You have just been kept, that data's been kept from you. But I want to share this with you. I want to share what I have gone through with this. And it just wigs me out. Just wigs me out of all the stuff that I've been through, all the stuff that I know, and all the work that I'm doing. There's this one little piece over here that I don't have an answer to, and I really, really would like to know. It's not like the world's gonna end if I don't know, but I know I'm gonna eventually find out. If I don't get an answer until we all ascend into light bodies, and planet Earth ascends into her crystalline light body and to a fifth dimensional planet. If if I have to wait till then, I'm fine with that. But I know that I will eventually have that answer. But right now, it just it's mind-boggling, mind-boggling, and I want to share it with you guys. Okay. So anyway, uh, that's about it for today. I don't even. Yeah. That's good. That's about it for today, and I will see you soon. That's a promise. I don't like to make promises because but I just feel that I can say that because I know it's now mine to do. It's I got the go ahead from Spirit to sit down in front of the camera and talk to you guys, and so here I am, and I'll be back. Love you all dearly. If it's yours to do, please share this video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you soon. Love you all, and blessings on your journey. Bye bye.